Subscribe to our channel.
Hey guys, never thought we'd be back on Arnie. Not bad for technically a 2002 25-year-old golf cart, or 22-year-old golf cart. So why are we back on Arnie? Good question. We're back on Arnie because I saw a post getting ready to put some air shocks, air ride into the golf cart, into his golf cart, and had a picture of a shock, and well, it got me thinking. Thinking and looking, I've seen some crazy stuff online on YouTube with some guys putting lifts or air ride that lifts and lowers, lifts and lowers. So that is not exactly what I was thinking here, but I know that when I hit bumps, it feels hard. It feels hard. That's the only way I can describe it. It sounds and feels hard. Those are coilover oil springs, and they look really cool. The red just pops with everything else on the cart. Slight red everywhere, and that just pops. It looks cool. But just, we hit bumps and it feels hard. So I was thinking about, what can we get to soften it up, and then I saw that post, and this is what I bought. I bought 2 of them. Actually, I bought 4 of them. They're air shocks from Monroe, and they're for a Ford Mustang. However, here's one that hasn't been extended. It's got the same length as that one, and could technically fit in there. If you look, see the holes line up there. So these could fit, and I'm pretty sure they will. So why don't we try it out? Pull this one out. A lot easier this time to pull this. Let me set down here. To pull this out, I had to use hose clamps to tighten this the coil, and then I used its own weight to pull it out. I jacked up this, let this thing drop. It does drop some. I don't know how I did it last time, but I used my jack to actually use that to help get it out, and actually got out a lot easier. So okay, this is compressed. You could probably compress a little bit more, but look, here's the one that's going to be replacing. Look how they're identical. This is going to be the one we're going to throw in here, and look, that's actually, this one is a little bit shorter than this one, and that's fully compressed. This could probably compress some more, but I was able to get this out without much effort. So that's going to go in pretty easily. Okay, got the second one installed relatively easier. And it won't be a lowrider, I don't think, but it may be raised higher, so let's take a look. Wow. We lost air pressure. Alright, let's try it again. Hopefully I won't do anything. Alright, let's see what happens if I lower it. That's funny. Let's raise it to about half that size and we'll take it for a spin and see if it's any better. Alright, so we got the fronts on and we drove it around. It feels better, and the front end feels better, but you know, there's the wires connected to it if you can see it. It's hard to see probably, but right there is the connector. These little plastic wires, they work, no leaks. There's a compressor I bought. It's a great compressor, but it's 100 pounds. And I think this needs 150, 130, 150 to get it to fully extend. So right now I let all the air out and it's sitting flat. Now we're going to take the back shocks off and I have 2 more, so we'll get those hooked up. Now these are really extended out already, so I don't know how it's gonna look on this side, so we got to do some calculations here. This you can see it, the spring is a heavy-duty spring, and that could be one of the problems too. I mean, we just hit hard on bumps, makes it sit higher, but if I have a 6-inch automatic build or lift with the shocks, maybe I'd get new springs too. So alright, well, let's pull off these shocks and take a look, see how hard this is going to be. I have a feeling this will be pretty easy. Never say never, but alright, let's go. Well, look at that. I disconnected the shock right here from the spring leaf, and these things don't do anything. I thought they're actually holding it, but I mean it hasn't changed. It didn't drop at all. I mean, this is interesting. I think these springs are too strong. That's why it's bumpy as heck. So I'm gonna see if I can take some of those leaves off. It's a bolt down there, and I wonder if I can just unbolt some of these and they'll come right off. So all right, more to come. I took out the other 2 springs. This was under that one, that was under like that. This was underneath the leaf spring, and it bolted it back in, and now it's sitting lower, and it's not so tough. I'll step on here. This side, it's a little bouncy. This side, a lot more bouncy. So all right, hey, now the air shocks will actually support it. So let's get those shocks in there. I'll do the other side and come back on. Get this side set up, get the other side set up, and I'll come back on. All right, thanks. Okay, so got both installed. This side was well, no, actually it was this side because I took it for a test spin. This side was, you know, easier because I knew what I was doing. And right now I got pressure on it. I bought a compressor that's supposed to do 120, but the most I'm getting out of the back is 90, and it goes really slow to raise it. It could just be the pressure itself. I have to do some more research, and then when I lift it up, the front goes up a lot higher too. Now I know I have a 4-inch lift on the front and a 3-inch lift on the back, or that may be a 6-inch and a 4-inch. So there's a 2-inch difference. You can actually see it right now. It's hard to tell. But taking out the shocks is taking out the springs has compensated for some of that lift. Okay, comfort to be determined. It feels like it goes over bumps better. When it's on a flat road, it is smooth as can be. But bumpy road still feels kind of, you know, teeth jarring maybe a little bit. It's hard to say. There's some really bumpy roads here. So here's all the wires. Here's the wires for the back. I set it up here just for now so I can just fill it and go. And then there's wires for the front right there. So I'm gonna do some more research on these shocks, on that compressor, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So you're gonna see if this whole idea of air ride is a bust or if it's gonna work. So we're at a point now where I got all 4 installed, all 4 Monroe MA70s installed, and we used this compressor that was putting out almost 100 pounds of pressure, and yeah, I was getting a couple inches of lift in the back, maybe 3 or 4 inches in the front. These shocks are rated for 150 pounds of pressure, so we want to know if it's going to raise it high. If it's going to raise it high, then I'll drop it even further, kind of make that whole idea of having it kind of have the golf cart drop on the ground, be low on the ground, and pop up, which would be kind of a neat thing. Right now it's about 7 1/4. Let's say 7 1/4 from the bottom. Maybe say 7, because that piece is lower. So 7 inches from the top of the wheel to the fender. We're gonna have no air in it right now, no pressure. We're gonna fill it up, try to get to 150 max pressure on it, and see how high it goes. So, let's see signal. Ready? Here we go. Whoa, that's going freaking high. That's 150 pounds of pressure right there. Whoa, that not go high? This may be, how much was that before? Did we say it was 7 inches? Eight, 9, 10, 10 and a half. 8, 9, 10. I just rose it 4 inches. 4.5 inches.
3.5.
I think you can even go higher. $150 pounds of pressure. What's that? We went to 12 inches. A little under 11 and a half. It went under 11, it rose 11 and a half inches. Well, from 7, 1, 2, 3, 4,
4.5.
4.5 inches. Wow! That's insanely high, isn't it? Let's try this one now. Ready? I guess I didn't have it on. Let's try that again, shall we? Hey, so we're back on it here, and last time I was trying to raise the shocks here, and you can still, under 150 pounds of pressure, it can only go so high, and it is because of the leaves. I confirmed it. The leaves are going to fight you. They're not designed to be raised and lowered 6 inches, which makes sense. So there's things to do if I really want to, if I really want to raise or lower this thing and have airlift to do that. I'm gonna either have to get rid of the spring leafs altogether and put in a 4-point lift system kit. I do a ladder type, they call it a ladder kit or something. Do some serious mods with like probably needing to have welding and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's the way I want to go, but I've seen something online with this part of this is a shackle right here. I saw a video where the shackle folded on itself and that created, a couple inches of lift. And I'm wondering if I could do the same. If I could create or assumably buy something that will let the shackle control with air pressure up and down by folding in on itself, collapsing, and then when the air fills up, it just opens up like a scissors, almost like a scissors. Like, I think they're called, there's a couple different names for them. I think they're revolver shackle or double shackle or G shackle. So I'm still gonna try. We're gonna play around with this, see if I can do anything. Okay, so took out the lift and made this homemade shackle, so to speak, out of other shackles. It's that revolver slash, I'm not sure what it's called. I put it together and took out the lift. It's still underneath the suspension, or the axle still underneath the spring, but now we only have like about a 4-inch lift above the fender, rear fender. But in general, it looks much lower. Look how I still have this one installed. The lift much higher. It's leaning pretty hard. So I also took out the shackle there so we can have that lift that I was telling you about without the shackle holding it down. So let me put you in a little stand and we'll lift you. Sweet. All right, let's give it a shot. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Big difference, huh? I'm gonna put some spacers here, but this thing lifted really nice. So that's a big difference right there. So I like it. It's a 6+ inch lift. So let's watch it go down. That one more time. but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's running good.